Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 12 of Jesse Tree. I'm your host, Isaiah, and today's show is about Rahab. Let's get started. Do you remember talking about Abraham and the promises God made to him? Family as numerous as the stars, and a promise of a land that God was going to give to him and his people. We've already seen that God has grown his people into a massive number. Now, the Israelites are ready to enter the promised land. Before this happens, Joshua, who is now the leader of the Israelites after Moses, secretly sends 2 spies into the first city of the promised land that needs to be overthrown, Jericho. When the 2 spies arrive in Jericho, they enter the house of a prostitute named Rahab, and they stay there. The king of Jericho heard of the arrival of the spies and sent his men to Rahab's house to capture the spies. With incredible courage, Rahab hides the spies on the roof of her house and sends the king's men away, claiming that the spies had already left. Our scripture for today contains Rahab's words on why she chose to hide the spies and what she asked for the spies to do before their departure. Today's scripture comes from Joshua chapter 2, verses 8 through 14. Before the spies lay down for the night, she went up on the roof and said to them, "I know that the Lord has given you this land, and that a great fear of you has fallen on us, so that all who live in this country are melting in fear because of you. We have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to Sihon and Og, the 2 kings of the Amorites east of the Jordan, whom he completely destroyed. When we heard of it, our hearts melted in fear, and everyone's courage failed because of you. For the Lord your God is God in heaven above and on the earth below. Now then, please swear to me by the Lord that you will show kindness to my family, because I have shown kindness to you. Give me a sure sign that you will spare the lives of my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all who belong to them, and that you will save us from death." "Our lives for your lives," the men assured her. "If you don't tell what we are doing, we will treat you kindly and faithfully when the Lord gives us the land." Rahab knew that God had promised the city of Jericho to Joshua and the Israelites. She had heard and believed in all the great and powerful things that God had done for his people. Her belief in God's power and her actions to protect the spies showed her faith in the one true God. In return, the Israelites protected Rahab and her family, and God remembered and protected Rahab for the rest of her life. She too is in the family line of Jesus. She married a man named Solomon. They had a son named Boaz, who in turn married a woman named Ruth. And we're going to talk more about Ruth tomorrow. Here are a few discussion questions you can talk through with your children today. For your preschool kids, ask, who helped the spies when they came to Jericho? What did Rahab do when the king's men came looking for the spies? How did the spies promise to protect Rahab and her family? For your elementary age kids, ask, why do you think Rahab decided to help the spies even though it was dangerous? What did Rahab believe about God that gave her courage to hide the spies? What are some ways you can show kindness and courage like Rahab did? For your middle and high school students, ask, Rahab trusted God's plan, and even when she didn't know exactly how things would turn out. Can you think of a time when you needed to trust God like that? Rahab became part of Jesus' family line. What does that show us about God's love and forgiveness? If you're looking for scripture references that can help take your family discussion even deeper, be sure to check out Hebrews 11:30-31. But just like Rahab was rescued from Jericho's destruction, we can be rescued from sin and death by trusting in Jesus. Rahab's story reminds us that God's love is for everyone. No one is too far from God's forgiveness. When we put our faith in Jesus, we become part of God's forever family, just like Rahab did. Well, thank you for joining me for today's episode. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about Ruth in Ruth chapters 1 and 4. If you join us on this Jesse Tree journey and you haven't already done so, take a few minutes today and let us know. Just go to fmaryville.org/jessetree and hit that button that says we are participating. You can also give us feedback on the show by leaving us a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform. For our YouTube viewers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And finally, if you have any questions or you'd like to share your experience with our team, please feel free to email us at family@fmaryville.org. Parents, we're praying for you as you lead your family on this Jesse Tree journey today. Have a great time of worship, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 13.